Oh, time to get our scrap on.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Voyager class, Scrapper. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have a lovely image of Mr. Scrapper in both of his modes, Transformers Studio Series, Constructicon Scrapper. On this side, we just have the rest of the image here. He is a Voyager Class A, Voyager Class A, Class A, Viajero de Class A, Voyager. On this side, we have us Devastator, 1 of 5. Don't they mean 1 of 6? I'm guessing they're carrying the 2-pack as one, but Transformers Studio Series, The Transformers, the movie. Up top, we have Constructicon Scrapper. On the bottom, where it sings barcodes. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. I love how they have this little screenshot here from the movie with Devastator throwing around the Dinobots. That's pretty cool. And you have your very brief bio if you want to read it in multiple languages. Hooray for languages. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have Scrapper, and this is the first of the Studio Series Constructicons. We're getting a new mainline Devastator, and we are beginning with Scrapper. And here he is in his robot mode. He is packed in robot mode, and a pretty nicely done figure, very reminiscent of the Combiner Wars version, and you'll see that as we go throughout the review. They were definitely using that as the template for this particular Scrapper here. I don't know if that's what they're going to be doing with all the Constructicons, but we'll see that. Well, we'll see how that works out as we go, but definitely Scrapper is very reminiscent of his Combiner Wars self. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at those abs, at the noggin. Whoop, there's the noggin. A very nice head sculpt here. A nice boxy head. There's a nice silver, red for the visor. Nice silver on the chest there with some red. Decepticon symbol front and center. Big old shoulder wheels. Got the rims done in silver as well. Some nice purple. Nice silver paint there on the thighs. And some nice molded details on there. Looking pretty good. Details are on the shins. His feeties. More wheelies, heelies, not a whole lot going on back there. And we got a little booty hanging out there. And of course, that section, which is totally supposed to be there. So, oh no, not too shabby. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm going to tell you. So the head is on a ball joint. Due to the shape of his head, though, he only gets a little bit of wiggly-waggly. He can look up a little bit, look down a little bit. Head can do a full 360. The arms can do a full 360. Can move in and out. You do have a joint here that allows the shoulders to move forward and back, so you can kind of get his arms across his chest. You have bicep rotation. You have 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. There's no wrist rotation because his hands, as you can see, his hands are actually molded to this panel here for transformation. So no wrist rotation, just a bit of inward movement if you need it. He does not have a waist joint, no waist rotation, but you can engage this sideways joint, which is quite snug on my copy. But you can get some sideways action there. You can get total, I'm a little teapot action, things you can do if you want to do it, just saying. As far as the legs can move forward that far, back that far, outward full splits. Got thigh rotation, 90 degrees of bend at the knee. The feet, they can move up, can't really move down, and you have lots of ankle tiltage. Now, as far as accessories go, he does include his little blaster here, just cast in a dark gray. And he does include the 2 sections of Devastator's blaster. So you get the main section right here, done in that dark purple, and then the barrel itself. And they can connect thusly to make the big old blaster here, which is pretty much as tall as he is. But you can separate that into 2 components if you wish. And that is what you get with Scrapper. Now, if you want, there is a post right here, and you can store his blaster right there on his back if you wish. And then you can, if you want, take the 2 halves of Devastator's blaster, and he can wield these as individual weapons. So you can pew pew bang bang, and all of that good stuff. And of course, you can wield his little blaster, and this blaster is Blues compatible. Yes, it is Blues compatible. So we can plug one in. Oh, we can do a big old scrapping Bloosh. The scrappy Bloosh. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with Earthrise Megs. There he is with one of the Stunticons, and as you can see, he's only slightly taller than one of the Stunticons, and he's being sold as a Voyager. Yeah. Here he is with G1 Scrapper, because he's precious. You stand because you're precious. Oh, so precious. And last but not least, here he is with the Combiner Wars Scrapper, so you can see how that works out. So, there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. Nice little scrappy dude here, but let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the chest, duck in the head, and close that back up. We're then going to take the hand and flip it in, and we're going to take the forearm, and we're going to bend it back to 90 degrees, like so, and then we're going to take the arm and collapse it in, and this tab on the chest will go into that slot right there. So just push that down and just get that all compressed up, and then you have a little tab that'll go into a slot right here, and just get that into place. There you have that side all done, and second verse is just like the first. So flip that hand in, bend that arm back, and collapse all this in, and then tab that into place, and there you have that done. And then we're going to take the front end here and just extend it, bring it down, tab slot connection right there, just bring that all the way down so that snaps into place. This little bit here, you just want to swing that back, just bring that down, take the canopy here, and just rotate that 180. And now for the legular region, we're going to snap the legs together, and then we want to separate the front part here, like so. And then we're going to take this section and just bring this up and over. That will sit right there. We want to take the feet and flip them up, and there's a tab slot connection right there, so just flip that up, tab it in, flip that up, and tab that in, and then collapse that up, and there's a tab here that'll go into a slot right there by the wheel. Let's bring that up, secure that, make sure everything's all nice and squozen, and there you go, there you have Scrapper in his alt mode. Not a bad spin. But there you have the scrappy dude. And a nice compact little vehicle of construction he is. And yeah, not too bad. But let's get in close so we can take a look at the details. We have that little front end there with all the teeth. Should be a Decepticon symbol in there, but that's okay. Yeah, you got the rims picked out in silver. Got the little canopy there. Little sections done in purple. Little ladder there. Some nice details. Yeah, there's the top. There is the bottom. He does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with Megs. Here he is with one of the Stunticon boys. So you can see how that works out. Here he is with G1 Scrapper, because precious. Oh, so precious. And here he is with Combiner Wars Scrapper. So you can see how they look together. And again, you know, they definitely used this figure as the basis for this one. A lot of similarities, some differences in the transformation, but you can tell that they pretty much just kind of scaled down this version to make the new Studio Series version. But there you go. Now we do have some articulation in this mode. This front end here can move up and down. You can totally disengage it if you want. So we have some good range of movements, things you can do if you want to do it. As far as the accessories, we can store all of this on the alt mode. Now this part of the cannon, there's a slot right here, tab right here, and we can just mount this to the side like so. We can take this section, there's a tab right here, we're going to use this slot right here and just drop that atop like so, and then we can take this little blaster and that will plug into the side of this, and there you have your storage. Hooray for storage! Now, the instructions do not show how to get him into Combine mode. I'm going to assume that it's very similar to how the Combiner Wars version works, but I don't want to do it until I have concrete information in front of me, so we'll save that for a later date. So, there you go. So there you have Scrapper, and yeah, you know, nicely done figure. Again, just feels like a downscaled version of the Combiner Wars version with, you know, some tweaks to it. You know, selling it as a Voyager is kind of a stretch, but, you know, it is what it is. This version has elbows, so you know that's definitely an upgrade for him. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with him, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how this version of Devi turns out, so there you go! Now, I picked this up from BigBadToyStore.com. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out the Studio Series playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. I may end up making a separate playlist just for this Devastator as well, so if I do, I'll put a link in the description for that too. And that is pretty much it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Transformers Studio Series Voyager class Scrapper. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Lord Megatron. Scrapper. Just you? For now. What can I do for you? Well, I wanted to talk to you about something. In the event of your untimely demise, who would take over as leader of the Decepticons? What? I'm just saying, the Constructicons form the most powerful robots. We should rule. Okay, first of all, adorable that you think that. That's precious. But I am never going to die, so this whole thing is a moot point, really. I mean, really, me die. I mean, nobody has the touch or the power to do that.